What up, guys? Mad Scientist 7890 here. Going to do an in the lab video for you. 3 topics. But before I get started with these topics, I have some news and some things I need to let you guys know about. I am currently going to be working, like I said, Sunset Flip Wrestling. Going to be doing 2 videos a week for them. I won't neglect my own channel. I'll still do videos on here, but I would love for you guys to check them out. Please subscribe if you'd like to. I'll be working with them. So if you like what I'm doing here, you're gonna probably like what I'm doing on there. I'm gonna be working with a slew of different guys from the YWC. Some of you guys may know Monoxide. I'm gonna be working with him, so that ought to be a lot of fun. So please check it out. I'll put some links in the description for you guys to check it out. Probably gonna upload, I say, my first video for them probably sometime tonight after I get done with this one. Maybe some Shikara stuff and want to talk about them a little bit more. So look out for that. Next, I keep forgetting to talk about this. I've had it for a good while now, and I just keep forgetting to plug it. Is I have a Twitter account now. It's Heelmatic7890. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. Just a combination of, some of you know that I'm a hip hop fan that have followed me for a little while now, and it's just a combination between my favorite hip hop album, Illmatic, and Heel, which is obviously a bad guy wrestler. So not too hard to figure out there. And the last thing I want to throw out here is some RIPs. Rest in peace to Smokin' Joe Frazier, great boxer, and then Heavy D, a hip hop icon. So I mean, definitely RIP to those guys. Now, my first topic here is I was thinking about doing a video yesterday and I didn't get to it. I had some other stuff going on. TNA worked out a deal with OVW. I find this interesting because WWE worked with OVW for a number of years. I want to say almost all of the bigger named guys in WWE now worked in OVW. Your John Cena's, your Randy Orton's, Batista, Anderson, Mr. Anderson, Shelton Benjamin, these guys, Brock Lesnar was on, So a lot of these guys that as big wrestling stars today were in OVW. They've kind of dwindled as of late, years. I haven't really watched much of them, but OVW has been working a couple deals with Ring of Honor. I think they worked some, deals where some of their talent was on their televised show and when they did tapings in Louisville. So I mean, it's interesting to see what TNA is going to do here with a working relationship with them. And it's funny because over the last, I want to say, year or so, and a lot of people as well get the feeling that TNA is one of those companies that's just going to dwindle in the next 4 or 5 years, and it's just going to just deteriorate and just fall apart, and it's not going to be around. But for whatever reason, TNA and within the company seems to think that they're going to be around a lot longer than everyone else seems to think. So they're setting up a long-term plan, bringing in new talent, possibly honing some craft, and that's I find it interesting because that's one thing I liked about TNA. TNA did over WWE is WWE would sign a guy, a big named indie guy who is very talented. It doesn't really need, a lot of honing of craft and maybe developing a character or something along those lines. But, I just didn't see why a guy would have to come in who was a big named indie guy and was already had a fan base. You couldn't just bring him in, and just be like that. TNA did that. TNA did that with Nigel. TNA did that with a lot of other guys, Austin Aries, different guys. So, I mean, I find it interesting if they sign new people on the indies. Are they going to throw them on the OVW roster? Let them work out some kinks, this and that? Because, the only thing that's going to make TNA now better is bringing in good indie talent. Bringing in good independent talent and, reinventing themselves as being the company that was known for being different than the WWE. When you look at TNA's roster, it's a slew of different WWE cast-offs, And don't get me wrong, there's guys in there that have plenty of potential to do things, just because they got fired from WWE doesn't mean they can't do anything in TNA, Anderson, Kurt Angle, these guys, Jeff Hardy is a guy who, left WWE on his own free will, and he came to TNA on his own free will. So, I mean, to me, it's just, there's talent from WWE, and it just looks like a slew of cast-off guys. So when you pick up guys from the indies, put them on the OVW roster and let them sit for a while, I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to work, but it's interesting to see where they're going to roll with this partnership. like I said, we'll see in the coming weeks, months, whatever, if they're going to throw, some talent that they pick up on there and let them build up a little bit and then finally bring them in. But who knows what they're going to do. So my next topic is here. I went to the Ring of Honor show, like I said, with J-Man. We had a little video we did recently. And I picked up some PWG shows, and I've been hearing about these shows all year. I just hadn't had enough money to buy them. I finally had some money, really, bought some of these shows. They had they were selling for 15 instead of 20 like you would buy them online. So I was like, all right, I'm going to pick up some of these PWG shows. Been hearing it from people a lot, and, it's absolutely true. PWG is having a fabulous year. It's absolutely insane. And I'm going to pose the question to anybody out there who follows PWG, a lot and has seen a lot of their shows. Is this PWG's best year ever? I mean, it is quite possible that it is. They've running less and less shows. They're running one show a month, and they're putting on great shows each month. I watched DDT4. I watched PWG 8. I haven't got to Bola yet, which I'm going to watch probably here pretty soon. But I mean, just seeing those two shows alone, I mean, and reading reviews from other people and seeing, how all that stuff comes to head, it's crazy to see how good these shows are. Like, a lot of the storylines, there's not a lot of great storylines, or anything much going on, but I think it's well booked from an indie standpoint to a fan who just wants to see good wrestling matches, just wants to see good matches and enjoy themselves. It's almost like Chikara, they build storylines around different things and do different matches, even though their matches aren't Ring of Honor main event quality, or that kind of thing. But PWG is just a company that has just great matches, so much fun, and that's just the thing that it is. And using a lot of Ring of Honor's talent, I think that mixing their talent with Dragon Gate talent, you're not going to find it anywhere else because Dragon Gate and Ring of Honor is not going to work together. But I absolutely love the two shows I've already watched, and you guys should definitely check out some PWG shows. And those of who actually seen a lot of shows, let me know. Do you think this is their best year? Because I mean, to me, honestly, those shows I've seen already are absolutely great. DDT4 is one of the best shows I've seen all year, and and 8 is pretty good too. Steen, I think Kevin Steen is the absolute MVP right now of the indies, or the MVP of at least PWG. He's worked triple duty this year on 3 different shows, Bola, DDT4, and then on PWG 8 where he won the title. So I mean, it's interesting to see where all this is going to go, if they can end out in November and December with great shows. I know Steen Wolf is coming out here, which looks absolutely amazing. Their November show looks great. So Super Dragon returned. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think. If you think this is their best year. If not, you got another year that's better. I've been following PWG probably since like 2008. So, I mean, I've seen some of their shows years past, but, I've still been following them for a while, but they're a lot of fun. So, my next topic is, I haven't watched a lot of SmackDown lately, kind of just been busy doing different things, and I don't have TiVo, so I don't really, I'm not able to record anything, so I just kind of just roll with the punches and catch it when I can. But I'm on watching Raw, this week, and they set up the Survivor Series match, and it's Randy Orton's team versus Wade Barrett's team. And I just feel like Wade Barrett is out of nowhere. It's just for no reason. I mean, I know he's won a couple matches here and there, and I just haven't heard anything out of him. And he's the leader of one of the teams. Like, that makes no sense to me. Over the last couple, 4, 5, 6 months or so, I haven't cared about Wade Barrett one bit. I haven't cared to see him. He's a good on the mic, but I just, he just seems so stereotypical of what WWE wants in a main eventer, and it just, to me, and I know there's fans of him out there, but I don't care for Wade Barrett. Sheamus is a guy who I felt like that originally, and has really developed a fan base, and I've come to like Sheamus and like what he's doing. He's getting a monster push right now as well, but I just don't see how Wade Barrett gets some random, leadership role. It should be, the booking on that is just absolutely random. It should be Cody Rhodes as the leader, or it should be Sheamus's team versus Cody Rhodes, or Sheamus' team versus Christian's team. That's what it should be. I mean, you know, I don't see how that makes any sense where Wade Barrett gets to be. And like I said, I'm not hating on Wade Barrett. I don't hate Wade Barrett. I'm just not a fan, you know, of him anymore. When he was the leader of Nexus and the whole Nexus thing was going down, and you know, the whole feud he had with John Cena, and then after that, I just didn't care about anything he did. You know, I just don't care for any gimmick he has. I don't care for his finish. You know, just a lot of stereo. There's a lot of. I think that may be a topic I'm going to talk about in another video I do here very soon. Is just stereotypical, just crappy, just looking WWE guys. You know, I can name off numerous guys that just should not be, you know, mid-card main event. Even, you know, Wade Barrett. I mean, Jack Swagger, Ezekiel Jackson, just Mason Ryan, just these guys. I don't care for any of them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Swagger's a good wrestler. I think he's a good wrestler, but I just don't care for any of them. I think they're being forced down our throat. So, like I said, that may be another topic I will talk about another time. But yeah. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think about these topics. TNA working with OVW, you know, PWG, is it their best year? I mean, you know, maybe it's possible. And then the last topic here, you know, does Wade Barrett deserve to be the Survivor Series, you know, leader for his team? Just out of nowhere. So, like I said, please check out Sunset Flip, guys, and I'm going to upload a video probably tonight. So please check that out. Thanks, guys, and peace.